Hello again, Struckwap. Welcome back to another day of streaming. I'm still just waiting for the game to show up on my stream. I'm not sure why I'm actually already in the game. It's not appearing. Let me just quickly check. That happened yesterday as well. But yeah, welcome to another evening of streaming. Today we will be doing more Torchlight 3. Just as soon as I can get the game to show up on our screen. I guess I need to go to the character selection to get it to show up, maybe? What is happening here? Why is the... Oh, there we go. Yeah, just like yesterday, it didn't show up on stream until I was on this screen. But yeah, today I will be doing some more experiments. I'm not gonna be grinding that much for that long on the same character like yesterday. It was definitely boring doing those phase bosses, so many of them yesterday. But I will be experimenting, testing stuff. I'm probably gonna go on the Forged first, because yesterday I didn't play Forged, I didn't play Sharpshooter, so that's probably the two classes I wanna play first today. But eventually I will be switching, and if anyone wants to do co-op, let me know and we can do some stuff together. So yeah, this one with the electrode, I wanna level up that electrode. I've got another electrode over here that I wanna level up as well. But let's play on that one first and then maybe move on to something else. So I've uploaded today the fourth final skills showcase, the one for the Railmaster. So now I have on YouTube 4 skills showcases, one for each class, for those of you who are still deciding whether you wanna include a certain skill in your build or not. Those might be useful for you in such a case. Okay, here let's save some bucks. And another auto host on Mixer from Messiah. Thank you again for that. Let's go to Twilight Depths, do a little bit of monster hunting there, because I can still get XP from the enemies in that zone on this class, on this build. Yeah, today I'd rather get the classes that are not at 35 to 35 and also play some Sharpshooter. So thankfully I've got 2 Forged that are 33. And I've got a disc mage that is 31, along with the other that's 35. Is the volume too loud? I don't think it is, but just checking. Let's see, what was my relic spending here? I'm still at 5 points, so this is a very low level relic right now. Only level 15. Let's check this. Can I stun walk this guy with the knockbacks? But yeah, the damage on this hero is nowhere near the one on my disc mage. And the disc mage with those gauntlets, even if you don't have the 3-piece bonus, it's still a lot of damage compared to what the Forged can get from his own class specific sets, the equivalent of the Celestial. I forgot what it was called, but there was one of those. Have I got it? The Mountain King. The Mountain King would be nice for a Brawler build, and I really wanna collect some more pieces and try it on my Brawler setup to see what I can do with it. But the problem is I still don't have a proper Brawler setup. I've got I've got a rapid fire setup and I've got the shotgun setup. I'm probably gonna have to make a third forged eventually for a Brower build, but before I make a third forged, I'm gonna have to make another sharpshooter and another railmaster. I'm gonna wait before making the train railmaster though. I'm gonna wait for them to rework some of the skills and confirm that some things have changed, and then I can try leveling a train master. Well, that would have been nice if there was a boss here. Let's see if I can port before the shrine runs out. Oh, Face Beast. Do I even want to do it? Oh, actually 2 Face Beasts. Wow. That's the first time I've seen 2 Face Beasts in one place at the same time. Oh, I might as well go into the portal, but I really don't feel like it, but might as well do it, since I'm here anyway. But it's gonna take forever on this class and build. It is gonna take forever. Not seeing anything special in regards to drops. Alright. Let's send the pet away. Might as well do this map work. If it's not doing enough damage and I think it's not worth doing the boss, I might just exit and not finish it. Because right now this build doesn't seem to be doing as much damage. Yeah, it's good for mobbing with all that AoE and with all the knockback. But that's kind of it. Until I get good items, I'm not seeing myself doing a lot of damage and surviving. Seems to be taking longer than I want, but might as well finish it. It's not that bad. But he still hasn't switched phases, so I do need a good cannon though. I mean, see, I don't have the reflexes I want to be having. Yeah, this is taking much longer than one might want to, but again, it's a forged, so the Elessa of Torchlight 3, and for those of you who don't know what Elessa is the weakest hero in Warhammer Chaosbane, the Scout. The one that no matter how much they keep rebalancing her, still ends up being the weakest of the bunch. So this is right now, I think, the case for Forged. I can't confirm whether he's the weakest still, until I've tried it at level 60 with full legendary and compared it to a level 60 full legendary other class. Because in the end that's what's gonna matter, full legendary builds at level 60. if at level 30 it feels weak without I'm just wearing one legendary item, that's kind of expected. Some heroes are strong at level 30 with 1 or 2 legendary items or 3 legendary items. Others just don't get stronger until you synergize them. And I'm thinking the Mountain King set would be what I really wanna do on a Forged eventually. I mean, I always loved brawler builds. And the Vortex Bomber build might be a strong thing to try. I never uploaded my Vortex Bomber build, the 0 cooldown Vortex Bomb setup I used to play in update 9. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing that one eventually once I get enough Mountain King pieces. I did collect a lot of Unbinding Scrolls yesterday while farming for spectacles, and it was pretty nice having those. And I had a lot of items on the Forged I wanted to unbind, so maybe I'm gonna go to my warehouse now, to my storage, and unbind some of those pieces. Let's exit this map and continue what I was doing. Would it have spawned Ogre? Did Ogre spawn? Ogre didn't spawn. Electric damage. Oh, I got a lot of pieces for the non-forged characters that give me percent to specific damage in the storage. Saved up. Let's get some stuff. I wanna be crafting some buildings. I'm gonna do some gathering today as well. There are certain things I wanna craft, mostly wardrobes. That's the only thing I care about from the forge for the forge buildings. Other than the necessary buildings, the only thing I care about is storage. Because I will be saving up different sets for different builds to experiment with once we can get level 16 a reasonable amount of time. Wait, what hit me? Was that a Plague Bearer enemy? Might have been. And hey, Dragon Hellas, sorry for the late reply. Nice to see you. Welcome back. So, Dragon Hellas, you were asking about whether the game is worth it. So, if you want me to show you some of the other classes, I can do that. Today I'm gonna be switching between classes more than yesterday, as I don't feel pressured to farm this respectable resource I was farming yesterday. So I'm gonna do a little bit of this one. This is my shotgun blast knockbacker on the forged, and then I'm gonna play a little bit of sharpshooter, then a little bit of more dusk mage, then maybe my rapid fire forged, then maybe the other dusk mage, and so on. We will be testing stuff. And since on my Realm Master I've got all the skills learned, I can also do some experimentation on it later. I haven't respected them back to the way they were. Okay, did I level up, or was that a relic level up? I think it was a relic level up. He was charging and I was charging and we headbutted together. This helmet looks amazing though. One of the best helmets. You gotta admit the forged design is something nice and amazing. And there's some weird Woku motions. There's those Netherrim looking legs or Woku motion. It's what we're calling those things that the forged uses to move. It's not just the spider legs that were the only one before. I'm so happy that they decided to give the forge different types of Woku motion, different designs. Right now I'm using something that's like what Quap Trap, the Quap Trap wheelie, the single wheel. But then there's stuff like this where you're looking like a tank. You gotta admit it's super cool. By the way, what am I using in my legendary? Mountain King's Gauntlets. Anything else worth equipping? Alright, I guess no other stuff worth equipping. When 75 hit or more, would that mean I need to spend 75? Or does it mean I need to have 75 or more hit? I guess I need to test it. I'm gonna test this thing right now. I'm gonna switch to Vortex Bomb. It should be using all my heat. As I assume this is a set for the Vortex Bomber. See, now I got it overheated. So I can't get that if I'm not using Vortex Bomb. Okay, we can probably try playing a little bit with Vortex Bomb, but it's not gonna be the best for this build. Coal Wounge could work, but I'm not a fan of the animation of Coal Wounge. It doesn't feel as snappy as it needs to be. But they have already confirmed they're working on making some things snappier than they are. Some of the skills. So there's gonna be like a revisit of some skills on a skill by skill basis, especially for the Railmaster's train cars. I'm gonna switch back to Fracking Strike, even though I've got that thing equipped. I'm gonna unequip it because it just doesn't work for this build. If I'm using Fracking Strike, this doesn't do anything for me. So what do I want here? I mean, Bone Walker is not gonna be terrible, but I'm not on a summoner build. Maybe the movement speed. I mean, yeah, not worth killing that one. Okay, I'm gonna go to the fort. I wanna use some of those scrolls of unbinding I've been saving up. I hope I place them back, because I was using those scrolls of unbinding on my Railmaster, but maybe I forgot to put them back into the storage. And I'm pretty sure I had 3 or 4 items on the forged that I needed to unbind. Some unique, not unique but legendary items that needed to be unbound. So quickly checking here, number 5. Nope, I forgot to put back the scrolls. Kind of bad that I forgot. So I'm gonna have to switch heroes quickly. So what am I gonna unbind for this little dude? This little dude, I'm not sure why I saved this sword. What was the reason behind me saving this sword? It's not worth it much. So this goes out of here. So I need to unbind this thing. I need to unbind... some other stuff. This one seems worth it to unbind. Unless I've got something stronger. Wondering if I can make this stronger. I doubt it can get stronger, but I'm gonna keep it for now. Let's see. Do I want this block chance? If I get this block chance, I can get some dissipation. This seems worth it. Alright, I'm gonna try and do something differently. Like, let's do this skittering, let's do this skittering. +1 to barrage skills. I might want that though. So I lost 1000 HP and a lot of crit damage, but so this one I'm definitely gonna unbind, and probably the cannon is what I'm gonna unbind, and this mounting king powdrons. It would be better eventually. Eventually it would be better. Losing that crit damage is a big blow after I lost some crit damage from the chest, but I wanna get set bonuses and check some stuff out. So we're gonna have to farm some stuff. I'm pretty sure there was some strong items over here. Let's see what we can wear. This one 623, 619, one-handed. So that's something I want to be using. 619, one-handed. we want to be using this. Oh, skittering chestplate, and it seems like a better one than the one I've got. Yeah, that's something we will be using. Skittering helmet. This is just too low level to use. So for the time being, there weren't much things that we can use for an upgrade. I mean, we can use some of those, but like this one would be great to use if I wasn't using an offhand or a shield. 621 or 619. 622. Alright, I'm gonna upgrade this. Electric. No. Okay, this works. 20% crit chance. We got 1, 2. I'm gonna get 20% crit chance with this weapon, meaning I can sacrifice the crit chance from my chest. I'm at 50. Now I will be at 39, so I will be at 59 crit chance after the changes. Let me quickly unbind some of the items as I said. I'm trying to just squeeze more damage for this hero. And I need my scrolls of unbinding, which should be in this hero. I think I've got 3 or 4 left. Four scrolls of unbinding, perfect. That should do the trick. Out of those 4 scrolls, let's use only 3. 1 on the cannon, 1 on that nice sword, and 1 on that armor. I think it was the shoulders. A lot of voting screens. I wish I could vote into my fort instead of in the town. Like an option to vote me into the fort every time I vote a new hero. That would be an amazing quality of life feature for once you've unlocked your fort, to vote you into it when you go on a new hero. Okay, so now, first things first. Unbind number 1, this. Unbind number 2, this. And cannon number 3. So now even if I lose this, I don't care. If I lose this, I don't care. But see, that's not gonna be worth using until I get 3 pieces. let's use this. So we need to level up on that hero now. No longer need that one. No longer need that one. No. No longer need this one. I probably still need my shield. Okay, let's waste the scroll of unbinding on the shield. Unless I've got something else that can work as a spare shield. I need something with 40% block chance. 40% block chance. I haven't been putting many shields here, have I? This can work. This can actually work very well as a spare, and I'm not gonna waste. This one also works well, but let's try and enchant that one. The thing is, what do I want to get? Chance to burn, alright, not terrible. So that's my spare shield. This one I'm gonna put this. Let's go level up now. I wanna see how strong it can be if I start using that 600 damage weapon at 34 and maybe move on to like a more brawly build. The problem is this is not a brawly build hero, and I do have all the skills learned though. I do have all the skills learned, and I do have 3 points into Cyclone. And that's what I'm probably gonna do. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Do a little bit of Cyclone mode killing afterwards. Let's get that level and test how much damage I can get with that Cyclone mode. Ideally I'm gonna get a Steam Dissipation shield. So what I should have gone for shouldn't have been the elemental bonus, but rather the defender bonus, where it can give me Steam Dissipation on the shield. That's probably what I should have been going for. Can we trade items or not yet? Trading is not available to avoid black market, to avoid people selling items for real money. They have said that at best, if they do add trading, it might be Diablo 3 style trading, but that was long ago something that the community manager, the old community manager Hops, said that if they do consider trading, it would be in the style of Diablo 3, where you can only trade to your party members that were there when the item dropped. The main reason is to avoid bots that sell gold and resources and items for real money and spam the chat, which happens to all the games. To avoid, in general, you can just call it to avoid the gray or black market happening within the game, which happens to other games with open trading, like Wosen had people selling items for real money. Path of Exile still to this day has people selling items for real money. So they just want to avoid this from happening. They want to prevent it. And that's why there's no trading. I wouldn't mind having an auction house of a sort, or Diablo 3 style trading. It would really work well in this game if they add Diablo 3 style trading, or an auction house where the bots just can't abuse the system and overprice everything. But you can at least share items from one hero to another on the same account. At least this we can do, so it makes sense. What did they drop to me? Hatchet shot. Nothing too fancy. But yeah, right now I'm just gonna play this hero for a little bit, just to level it up to 34, then try out the spin to win with that item, and then I'm gonna switch to sharpshooter, and after that probably Dusk Mage or Realm Master. But as always, I'm always open to suggestions. If anyone is bored of seeing me play the same hero for too long, let me know which hero you want me to play. Let me know what skill you want to see being played, and I'm gonna do my best to play that skill if I've got it learned on one of my outs. I'm definitely not a one-trick pony. I don't like playing the same hero for too long. It gets too boring playing the same hero or the same build for too long. Here we are. Oh, Mountain King's Helm. I'm already wearing one. So this one could be better. Gear work. By the way, to those of you who don't know what gear work is, it increases the chance of getting items. Not the chance of getting good items, just the chance of getting items. Because some people have been calling it magic find, but that's not magic find, that's item find. So it's quantity, not quality, to the Path of Exile players. And I do like that it's quantity, but some people might not see it very important. I think if you go for 80% gear work, that's more than fine. 80% is more than fine. Of course, finding more items means more chances of finding legendary stuff, so it's still good to have gear work. So this is a tough choice, but this one is defense, the other one is poison defense. And once I equip this item, where did it go? I'm getting 20% crit chance, meaning I can sacrifice some crit chance from my helmet for block chance and gear work. How's my gear work now? 46%. Okay, I'm loving this. That's pretty good gear work for now. At this level, I mean, ideally at level 60 you would want to have, when you start farming, at least 80% or at least 70% gear work. And since 100 is the limit, you gotta account, if you're using items like this one that gives you 20% item work, that means 80% is perfect, because you can cap it with that item. If you have more than 80% and you're using this item, you might consider removing some stuff that gives you the buff. Unless you want to have that 100 at all times. Do I wanna do Sadista? Is it gonna be worth it killing her, knowing that I can lose some items with a unlucky one shot? By the way, if I get a ward of bok chance, I can remove my shield or replace it for one that gives me less bok chance, but maybe more of something else. Where is she? Okay. I'm still taking so much damage. My defenses must be tragically bad to be taking this much damage from the nether wells. I'm pretty sure at high level with full legendary the forged on a spin to win build would be very strong, mostly because of the drone, the power projection giving you 50% defense, meaning if you have a good strong base, that 50% defense would be very strong of a skill. And with the healing of it and with the healing of the spin to win, you should be able to face tank stuff and spin in their faces. Alright, we're getting close to 34. I really want to wear this item. So, a little bit more XP. A little bit more. Oh, Unbinding Scroll. Nice. Just after I wasted 4 of them, I get a new one, so that's good. Quickly, one rewalk. One rewalk just so we can level up and test the spin to win stuff. Can you try your build without Egg of Wonder? I leveled 4 toons to level 30, still haven't found it. I just wonder how big of a DPS difference it is for that particular legendarium. Okay. No Egg of Wonder. Fair enough. No Egg of Wonder it is. I mean, Egg of Wonder is a good increase of the DPS if you're spamming your skill. If you're using your relic skill often. That's when it becomes very strong. Because it's extra DPS or extra ailments, like you can end up shocking and burning an enemy, or burning and bleeding an enemy, or bleeding and poisoning an enemy at the same time, based on what relic you're using. So that's when it really becomes strong, especially for the zero cooldown build. When you do a zero cooldown build, it turns into a beast of a relic. Not relic, but beast of a legendarium item. Or an offhand if you prefer wearing it yourself. So just need a little bit more XP and then we are good to go and try stuff. So right now I've got 5.8% block chance, and then this shield is a bit of an overkill for me, but it gives me a lot of defense, which is the main reason why I keep it. But I'm overkilling it with the defense. Ideally I would find a good shield that gives me a lot of defense and has some sockets for steam dissipation, and even if it doesn't give me 40% block chance, I can kind of accommodate with my items for some more block chance. So now I'm probably one pack of monsters away from the level, and then I'm gonna try spin to win setup with that strong weapon. There we go. I need to put points into this one. So we're switching to spin to win stuff. And we're equipping this, which on this level is not gonna be strong enough, I guess, on this level, because this one was 600 damage, but 600 damage if I'm at level 37 enemies. So it's probably not gonna be better than the other one. But all that crit chance though. I'm risking of getting killed now by using this thing. I do need steam dissipation for this build to work. I do need a good offhand with steam dissipation. Because yeah, the steam is a big problem. I mean, this skill seems to really need a rebalance in the steam department. I'd much rather do less damage, but have this cost less heat. And even with the 30% less heat cost, it still costs a lot. But when you max this one out, this exploding would be amazing. In order to keep that with a good upkeep, you're really gonna need a lot of steam dissipation. So you're gonna need a focus item with 2 times steam dissipation, and then enchant it for another 2 or even 3 if you're lucky. But let's be honest, getting three times the same thing as an enchantment is gonna be super difficult to get. So at best you're gonna be praying to get an item enchanted twice for steam dissipation with 3 sockets. One of them might be something else, whatever else, like health on kill for example, or HP. I'm thinking for spin to win setup it's gonna be better to go for relic cooldown, not relic active skill cooldown, but relic cooldown. So that you can spam this shocking burst. I think that's gonna be the better setup for a spin to win. Going for the electrode and going for getting the cooldown of the electrode as low as possible, so you can activate it as much as you can to get that 50% chance to shock. Even if you don't have shock on your gear, which ideally you would have shock on the gear, if you don't have it, you can still kind of get this cooldown as low as possible. And that's not gonna be that difficult. There's items that can give you, look at this one, 55% cooldown. You can get like 100 and something percent cooldown from different pieces, and it should work pretty well. Let's play a bit with this. Was that 3 pieces of one set? No, still 2 pieces. But yeah, the spin to win seems to be okay, but still you'd really need specific items to get it to work well. It feels underwhelming unless I get Steam Dissipation items. And Jaemon asking whether I like the Forged compared to the other classes. I think it's very weak. Yeah, I agree with you. The other classes have different ways of getting damage done. The Sharpshooter has Revolt and other things under her arsenal. The Realmaster has damage to stunned, sword and blinded. The Mage has well, a lot of good stuff, but one of them being the Celestial Gauntlets. The Celestial Gauntlets are the biggest damage boost on a Dusk Mage you can get. So yeah, the Forge needs something this strong to get it to work. But the thing is, I haven't gotten many unique items for the Forged, so I can't tell you whether a well-geared Forged would be good. The way I see it right now, Forged really needs items, the right items, the right legendary items and full legendary gear to actually start clearing stuff very effectively. Whereas with mages you don't need that much, you just need those gauntlets and then you're set. You need the gauntlets and 2 more pieces, or just the gauntlets, but if you get 2 more celestial pieces with the gauntlets on a mage, you do get shitloads of extra damage, 200% more damage. That by itself is the biggest boost I can think of on a mage. Even without consecration I was wrecking stuff on a mage setup with those gauntlets yesterday on that white mage build. I'm gonna go on it in a moment just so I can show you what I mean. And with the Sharpshooter, when you consider targeted strikes and when you consider revolt, it's pretty much super strong. And at Shasta, taunting and making taunted enemies take 50% more damage, that's just a huge boost for Sharpshooters. And with the Realmasters, as I said, Lantern Flash and Blasting Charge are 2 of the best skills in the arsenal of the Realmaster when it comes to increasing the damage enemies take. First, you can apply vulnerability with Blasting Charge. Second, you can put 6 points or 5 points or 4 points if you're using the set items into Lantern Flash to make Sword, Stunned or Blinded take 65% more damage. That you don't even need to be using Lantern Flash in your skill tree. Like in your skill bar, you can just invest into it as a passive without using it, and it's still gonna give you shitloads of damage. But with the Forged, the only reasonable thing you can do for the Forged is maybe get damage to burning enemies and go for a build where you're spamming your Flaming Destroyer. Right, like you can get 20% relic active skill damage here and then 20% relic active skill damage here. And that's 40%. No other hero can get 40% relic active skill damage. So having some sort of Egg of Wonder 0 cooldown build on this guy would be strong. That's probably the only way right now I can see him being okay. To pick whatever relic, preferably the fire one, then get Egg of Wonder and then get this 25% damage to burning, this 25% damage to burning, and go for a burning build. Get a weapon that gives you chance to burn, get a cannon that gives you chance to burn, and spam relics. I think the only way to get him to be strong would be this 50% damage to burning enemies. And it shouldn't be underestimated. 50% is a big number. 50% is a big number. The character I'm having more fun with was the mage I was playing yesterday, just because it was killing stuff super nicely. And it didn't feel cheesy like targeted strikes reload build on the sharpshooter. So I just needed that that cosmic, not cosmic, but celestial gauntlets on the disc mage. But I've always been a disc mage main, so that's why I've always liked it. But I do have a lot of fun when playing the Realm Master on a no train build myself. I do love it. But yeah, with the Forged, I'm telling you, this 50% damage to burning enemies shouldn't be underestimated, and do try it when you can. Do try it when you can. It might end up being very strong. Regardless of what setup you go for, if you have a burning weapon and you pick a skill you like and you have enough points to invest into this, it's gonna work well. If you're going for a barrage, if you're going for a bro build, you might want the item that gives you barrage skills. Where was it? I don't have it here, but I think it was maybe the chest piece. It should have been the Mountain King chest piece, I think, or the hatch, one of the two. I was giving you +1 to barrage and then another +1 with 3 pieces. That would mean you would only need to spend 4 points here and 4 points here. That's gonna be 8 points invested instead of 12 points. So that's by itself, it's saving you a lot of skill points, and early in the game that's pretty good to be able to save some points. But okay, I'm gonna go switch characters now. I tested what I wanted to test. I wanna go back on the sharpshooter. Or should I show you the mage? Let's show you the mage I was talking about. The one that does a ton of damage that I was playing yesterday. And I did not suspect it will be this strong. I mean, I knew it's gonna be strong, but never knew it's gonna be that strong.
Studying the dwarven ruins within. We're ready to depart at a moment's notice.
Just gotta quickly unload stuff, because it's full. And Lost Ark, I'm not a big fan of my hack and slash games having too much MMO elements. Lost Ark seems too grindy and too demanding. It seems to want me to be a login zombie like every other MMO. And I don't like the login zombie mechanics that MMOs have been pushing for the past few years, or several years maybe already. So let's get rid of this, and let's get rid of this. Wait, what's my weapon right now? 355 one-handed. Man, I should have taken that level 37 weapon for this guy. Okay, let's get rid of this. And oh, okay. Wait, wrong interface. 299. Could I make it better if I enchant? I can probably get 59, 55 extra damage. Don't think it's gonna be worth it. Bonus damage, any bonus damage here? Just gonna get rid of it. Okay, let's move. So, quickly wanna check something. I think I had a level 38, so that needs level 35 to be able to wear it. My chance to walk right now is 40%. Without the shield, it's 15, so I'm still gonna keep it. I still have a ton of damage, so I don't feel the need to. I don't feel the need to be much stronger. I mean, with this set, with the Celestial set, you're so strong on a mage. I couldn't even believe it yesterday when I saw it for the first time, how strong those gauntlets are. Now you're gonna see a lot of damage as soon as I get the buffs. I need to get this buff up, and then get those bonuses. So it's not gonna be a lot of damage right away, but in a moment it will be. Just let's get those buffs up first. The problem is I'm very squishy right now. Alright, we just need to get the white buff up. So one of the buffs is up, but before that I'm probably gonna lose it, because Unholy Charge is kind of going away. So think much higher numbers, where my Forge would have been doing 2, 3, 400, this one is doing, you saw him just hitting for 13,000. At level 31 with kind of a shitty weapon. Kind of a shitty weapon. With just 500 DPS here. With just 500 DPS he just hit for like 13,000. That's only because of this item. +1 to dark skills. Let's see my dark skills if I can rework something. I can probably get 1 point from here and put that 1 point into this one. Ideally I need this 50% holy charge duration. But yeah, that 13,000 was a very strong hit. The problem right now I could have on this hero is he's very squishy. So he can be kind of a glass cannon. You can see the damage, like 9,000 just now, and that was without the buffs, maybe just one of the buffs. So yeah, the Forge needs something to make him at least half as strong as this one. And I think with the 50% damage to burning enemies, he can kind of get 1/4 as strong as this. But still, 1/4 is not enough. This gives me 200% damage altogether with the 2 charges. 50% extra damage versus burning enemies is not gonna be as good. It just won't. I gotta go this way. And mind you, I don't have the best possible items I can get. See, this one is level 22, this one is 23, this one is 26, this one is 23. So my defenses are suffering mostly because of that. Mostly because of having low level stuff. But I'm keeping them for the set bonuses, for the activation and stuff like that. That happens with 3 set pieces. And because I don't have better high level ones to replace them with. Let's go here. Ideally, I would have the item that makes Holy Boat cast Absolver, and I would be using instead of Absolver Holy Boat. How do you feel the material farming system? Right now it's underwhelming because there aren't that many designs. A lot of the designs would be coming through the contract system. So 2-3 weeks from now there will be a patch that would bring back Act 3 and it would bring back the contract system, and then you would have what's its name? A lot of decors, fort decors, and with the fort decors you would have more things that you would want to be crafting. But the thing is, if you don't care about fort, the material farming and the crafting system is not gonna be something you would really care about. It's completely optional. I didn't like that some of the major quests required me to collect 100 bricks, so I can 100 stone, so I can craft a certain item, and then to craft 10 bricks, so I can craft another item just so I can get a certain major quest completed. But it didn't take that long. I think I needed to do a single map 4 or 5 times just for gathering. Apart from that, I'm thinking many people would enjoy it when it comes to all the different things they can get into their forts. They are inviting us for another preview. I'm not sure what that preview would be, but whatever I can say after the preview, we'll see. It's probably gonna be another one where we won't be able to talk about it much. But I'm assuming they're probably gonna show us another endgame mode preview and ask us for feedback based on that. We'll see. We will see. Yeah, I'm not gonna replace mine for this one, it's just not gonna happen. I want those dark skill levels. Do I go for Sadista? There's a high chance I would die. A very high chance I would get one shot by Sadistic is 12% defense versus Soul. 684 defense is not gonna help me much. You don't like contracts? It seems mobile-ish. It's essentially a menu of automatic rewards. Yeah, that's what it is. A menu of automatic rewards as long as you're killing stuff. But I'm fine with automatic rewards. I mean, it's better than no rewards. Before, contracts used to make us do quests and kill enemies, like bounty system. It was so bad. So bad, the first way of contracts. It made us go into low level zones, kill low level enemies that don't give us XP, that don't give us items of our level. I'd much rather have the auto reward system where I just have to kill champions instead of having to do a system that makes me go into the story zones to kill low level enemies. It just much better the way they reworked it. The old contract system was much worse. We'll see. We'll see how contracts will be 2-3 weeks from now once they release. I'm assuming it's gonna be the same as the one in the beta, where we just need to be killing champions and elites and legendary and unique monsters and bosses, get fame, and eventually get the auto rewards. I mean, it's not supposed to be some sort of an end game system, it's just supposed to be a system that allows you to get certain resources and rewards, and you kind of select the one you want. So it kind of helps you streamline your farming for certain things over other things. So whether you want materials for crafting, whether you want respectacles, whether you want scrolls of unbinding or ember cores, you're kind of gonna be able to select the type of contract that suits your needs. And just keep leveling up that one up to 30, and after that the 10 repeatable levels from 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 1 to 10. So this is probably right now the build I've enjoyed playing the most since the beginning of early access. And I think on a mage, on any build, as long as I have this item and 2 more celestial pieces, any mage build would be fine. My summoner build probably would also be very strong. Just the fact that I've got entropy in my summoner build, if I get that, what's its name? If I get this item, entropy, no, moat and reach. If I get moat and reach, that by itself would be more than enough. With those gauntlets on an entropy setup. Let me quickly go to the fort. I also need one moment to go grab something from the kitchen, so just give me a second, I'm returning. Right, I'm back. Yeah, I had to get a napkin or something because I kind of felt sneezy. Some dust got into my nostrils, I think. So yeah. Pet go sell while I check something here. I wanna check what else I put here. I put some stuff from the Realm Master that I can maybe use on other heroes. So this one would be a good upgrade. It would be a good upgrade. Pretty decent upgrade even. Then shield wise, I'm probably gonna wanna use this one. Because it gives me damage versus all instead of just one type. Grass cutter. Sword 36, not bad. So I have an unbinding scroll, actually I've got 2. That Snecko stick I'm gonna get rid of, I don't need it anymore. Well, maybe there would be something. You never know what they have in store for the contract system. Basically, what Max Schaefer keeps saying is he doesn't care about bad comments for the early access. All he cares about is after the game launches, when the game is ready, when it's shipped. He cares about what people would think about the game then. Early access is gonna be something with bugs. I understand him. Early access will be would be the version of the game that has the bugs, that has the glitches, and that has systems that will get reworked. So I can completely understand why he doesn't pay much attention to some early access comments and reviews. If you don't like something, voice your concerns. Use Note. Note is there for us to say what we don't like, so they can fix it on time for the launch. You can see if other people think the same on Note. You can upvote, downvote different threads. So this is the best place to let them know what you think about certain things of the game, what you like, what you don't like. I mean, it's an amazing system. I'm not a big fan that you can't access it from in-game. I would have preferred to press escape and click feedback and then have a note window, like a note window popping up here, something that lets me browse all the different suggestions on Note and being able to submit issues with them feeding data from the game. For example, Control and D. When I press Control and D, I'm gonna show you what happens. I get certain characters. So I'm gonna quickly open Notepad, paste it in Notepad and share my Notepad with you, so you can see what Control and D does. And this data they can't get unless you copy paste them on Note. But if they integrated, this system would work. So let me quickly share this with you. Let's add my window capture, Notepad. There we go. So this is the data that you get when you press Ctrl and D in the game. It tells you the area seat, the map seat that they can get and visit, the instance where you're located, monster level range. Well, this is 40, doesn't have monster level range. Account, platform, session ID, character ID, my character name, difficulty level, etc., softcore, hardcore, and some other things, and the server IP that I'm connected to. This is the Steam server and the port that's being used, and my ping and so on. So yeah, of course, region. So that's some useful data. That is some useful data. So if they integrate Note into the game, it would be amazing. So we don't have to go into another external website to give them this information when uploading stuff about bugs, when reporting bugs. Alright, I'm gonna quickly go to the sharpshooter now. Maybe let's test a little bit more of this character. I'm gonna quickly reset my world and test this new pistol I equipped. I wanna see how much damage I can squeeze with this bad boy. Yeah, the push to wide skill bonus is working and it does show it now. I think with the last patch they fixed it. With the patch 1 week ago they fixed it. It shows you bonus levels, which we didn't see before. At least I didn't see the bonus levels before. So you can see now this one says bonus levels 2, which means at level 4 I'm getting the tier 6 bonus. And since level 10 is the limit, you might not want to go for level 10 if you have 1 or 2 extra bonuses. So I think with the patch on June 18th, 1 week ago. They fixed last Thursday. They fixed all those things, because even things that give you +1 to a specific skill, on my Realm Master I have +1 to hammer spin, and my hammer spin I got to level 9 from level 10 just for that reason. I could afford doing that. So you can kind of go wild now with certain builds, meaning each of your skills would require 1 or 2 points less when using those items. And that for the level 30, 35, 40 setups is nice. For level 60 you're gonna have plenty of skill points, so you probably might wanna be using different items that are not the +1, +2 dark white skills, conductor, brawler skills, or whatever skills your hero is using. Do I do Sadista? Let's do Sadista. Maybe she's gonna wreck me, maybe not.
You made a mistake coming here.
If I don't let her hit me, there's no problem. I do decent damage. Fuck. Kind of expected to get 1-2 shot. Just look at my shitty defense. 20% defense against her only. Okay, those didn't get hit. How? Oh, that's mine. That's my netherlings. Well, my netherlings should be covered differently than the other ones, because it's super confusing when you have your own netherlings and they look exactly the same. See, I like Spirit Well. Spirit Well makes it easier to tell which netherlings belong to me and which are enemies.
Where do you think you're going?
29,000. That was a nice hit for my level. And that was without the white buff. Without Holy Charge, the overcharge. I'm thinking of doing something to this setup, like maybe this one would be the better option, because it would allow me to quicker to fill this quicker, to fill the white bar quicker, having 2 skills that are dark for damage instead of 1. It seems like the better option, because this one's cooldown is still not low enough to spam it. And I hope they add items that reduce the cooldown of specific skills. We used to have items reducing the cooldown of specific skills. Now the skills that recently got changed to cooldown skills don't have such items for them. I've not seen one for Energy Spike since they changed it. Also, Energy Spike is bugged. I keep forgetting to report it, but when I use a skill with cooldown, this should happen. mana infused. So it doesn't happen when I use energy spike. So another thing I forgot to report on note today. But I think that's just when they changed the skill to a skill with cooldown, they forgot that to maybe enable some sort of a check or whatever on it to trigger this. And the good thing is mana infused can stack up to 2 times, I think. I've not seen it stack 3 times. I will actually regenerate all my charges and see if I can get it to stack 3 times. Let's get 3 charges here and cast them 3 times in succession to see if I can get 3 charges on it. Three charges is the limit. I couldn't get 2 charges. But with Dark Spears I can easily get another charge. So I think that's gonna be a great setup. Dark Spears, then this one, and then spamming Absolvers or Holy Bolts if I have the item for Holy Bolt Absolver. Let's try and kill this guy. I just wanna test my damage against him. But yeah, with the right legendary items, Entropy still seems like the strongest.
You can't carry anymore.
Okay. Was that the one I just got? I'm going to the sharpshooter now. Some more sharpshooter test stuff. But yeah, I can do some damage with this setup, as you saw, at level 30 something with some level 20 something items. And mind you, my damage is capped. In here my damage is capped for the level I was doing. So my item could have been a little bit stronger in a zone a few levels higher.
Oh, I'll be seeing you soon.
So another hero that's not that greatly geared. So this one is 35 at least. I'm gonna go and do some nether beasts quickly. Not too much, let's do 3 nether beast maps just to test some stuff here. But first I need to figure out the build I'm gonna go for. Do I wanna go for explosive arrow or do I wanna go for the cheesy mode with targeted strikes? Cause this is my summoner. And I do have all skills learned except 2 for now. I'm gonna get more spectacles and change stuff. I will get more spectacles and change some shit, like maybe I don't need this one right now. And I'm probably gonna get rid of explosive arrow and scatter shot. So that's 1, 2, 3 points I can get rid of. And I'm probably gonna get rid of Curse of PP as well. and focus more on a sacrifice to Goose. Or maybe get more goblins. So let's say 3, 4, 5, 6 points. With those 6 points I need to put 3 points into revolt. So yeah, I need to fix this build, because right now it's not much. Right now it's a bag of mixed stuff, but that was only for the video I was making. I needed 1 point into everything, so it kind of had to be done the way it was done. So I'm gonna do 3 runs and then I'm gonna switch to Realm Master. I wanna test the trains at high level. I've not tested the trains at high level enemies, and since I have 1 point into every train skill right now, it might be worth it to test it. Let's try and get the Phase Beast quickly. So yeah, testing, I really care about Flame Car and the damage it can do, because it used to be good damage that I can get with Flame Car. So 3 quick Phase Beasts and then it's back to Realm Master to see that one. Ah, shit. Well, I didn't expect it to one-shot me. So this one seems to have bad defenses, I guess. How's my defense? Well, 34% defense versus O. Even if I had 0 fire defense, 34% shouldn't have been a one-shot against him. That's just plain too much damage. With 34% I expected to at least survive on like 5-10% HP or something like that after a hit. Okay, come on, show me another beast. Well, when moving I need revolt badly. I took the wrong way. You want to play the Equinox chapter? Yeah, I want to play it too. I want to play it too. It's been a while since I've played it, because on the beta I was just going for already leveled up characters. So I only played it in the alpha. I played it in the alpha when update 10 first landed. Let's rewalk, there's no beasts here. anymore.
I need a break.
Hiya! Looking for some
What
beer?
about this one?
See you next time.
Let's try again. Yeah, but I mean, positive reviews are really what this game deserves as an early access. But if people don't think so, there's not much you can do to change their mind. Other than maybe hope that they would revisit their reviews after the game launches. I think after one game launches, all early access reviews should be considered invalid and removed, or put into a separate category of early access reviews, rather than having the early access reviews apply to the release version of the game. Because if people feel like reviewing early access, okay, review it, but those reviews should definitely not reflect on the final version of the game in a few months when it launches. Let them revisit the game when it's launched, and if they don't like it, then well, okay. But most of the people that did early access bad reviews are people who are just fanboys, and if it's not their game, they're just gonna give it a bad review. They expect the game to be too much. You can't expect nowadays games to have so much content when they launch. Like Path of Exile and Grim Dawn. It's just not gonna happen. Kind of cheesing it here with that OP skill. Oh, is this a red one? I don't think I've got the red one. I don't think I've got the red one. Damage with explosive arrow is nice for explosive arrow builds. Let's try it. Let's do explosive arrow next. Two more kills and then I'm switching to Rail Master. By the way, I heard there is a glitch where you let your pets kill the bosses and they keep respawning and things like that, where people can just constantly get wood or something like that. So I think you have to die and then let your pets kill the enemy, and then something happens that that lets you kind of respawn that enemy. I don't know the details, the exact way to do it, but there is a way to do something like that, to glitch the game or whatever.
Till next time. I've procured fresh stock. Is that all?
Okay. This one is a nice one. Better than this.
Take a chance.
So this one's getting replaced. This one on the other hand is not getting replaced. This one maybe.
Till next time.
I think I've got something very strong. I think I've got a nice rifle in my warehouse I can equip instead of the bow I'm wearing. Something like 800 damage or so. That should give me some good stuff. Give me damage versus high weight. Oh no, that's crit chance. Never mind. Give me gearwork then. Alright, works well enough for me. So we're upgrading our defense to 31% now. And let's... No, not this, not this. Let's enchant this Heavy Tracker. More defense upgrade. 36%. Now, for that rifle I was talking about, 788. One option would be 788 and that rifle, another option would be this sword and an enchantment. Ah, fuck. No. RNG though, you can't expect to get good luck every time. So this sword I no longer need. And the bow I no longer need either. Now... Oh, wow, okay. Maybe this. And this. Okay, I've got my setup. This is gonna be my setup. I would have used that one with the bonus physical damage, bonus poison damage with the poison weapon if that sword I was enchanting succeeded. But fire, bonus fire would be my setup. The thing is, I've got two things with bonus fire. Level 30. $32, okay. But I don't like the stats on it. Yeah, I think I've got my setup. There we go. That should make me pretty strong compared to earlier. Now, scrolls of unbinding, did I have any? Fuck. I need to change heroes quickly. I don't want to lose this sword. See, I want to see my damage with this hero, with this great sword, and with the 10% fire damage legs. It's just too good of a thing not to try it. First of all, wait, is that the right hero? 2 scrolls of unbinding. That's the beauty of it. Weapons you can always transfer. As long as it's not like a bow, I can use it on any hero. As long as it's not a cannon, I can use it on any hero as well. And people are already getting very close to 60, so they would be seeing some strong items. But those strong items are not magically become super strong against low level enemies. So strong items are needed for strong enemies, for the higher level. So for example, you might see an item right now with 1000 DPS at its level, and later an item with 5000 DPS. And that 5000 DPS for the level you're doing is what you really need. Eventually you're probably gonna have items with like close to 10,000 DPS, legendary level 60 items, or if not 10, probably 5, 6, 7,000 is what a level 60 legendary item might have, maybe even more. I don't remember exactly how much a level 60 item was, but pretty sure it's gonna be around there somewhere. Two-handed item DPS. For like level 60 as a legendary. And that's without enchantments. With enchantments, oh boy, that's a whole nother story. Can't wait to get Act 3 added, so we can get at least to level 50. I'm not sure I'm gonna be going for level 60 even when they add Act 3, because Act 3 is not gonna get us easily to level 60. We're still gonna need like 10 levels or 8 levels of phase beast grind. But people are definitely not gonna like the new change for unbinding items. You're not gonna have overpowered unbound items. If you want a strong item, you're gonna have to have a wife bound effect on it. I'm not liking it either, but it's kind of gonna be that way. You find an item, you wanna make it wife bound, you use a scroll on it, you make it wife bound. you're not gonna be able to find wife-bound items. And right now we can get those super strong items that have 20% more damage. So at this level, how much damage is this? 241. Nothing too fancy. Now the question is, can I make explosive arrow do a lot of damage, or am I gonna need to use targeted strikes? They're testing the end game today. Where are they testing the end game today? Gwaint, do you know more information about this? Like, is it gonna be on a stream or what? Because next week on Wednesday, I'm invited to participate in a focus group again, and I'm assuming it's probably gonna be about the end game again. They're probably gonna show us in-game footage of that mode. They're probably gonna show us in-game footage of that mode, so we can give them feedback what we think about it. That's what I think is gonna happen. But yeah, they invited me today and told me next Wednesday is when the meeting will be. Yeah, this didn't seem bad. I mean, I'm not a fan of explosive arrow, mostly because look at how long it takes for the skill to actually hit after you cast it. I mean, it takes super short when it's close to me, but due to the nature of the missile, the projectile being parabolic, the further away you shoot, the longer it takes. It's super long fight for something, but you're so snipey. This is the skill with the longest range in the game, I think. So I can snipe that thing there from over here. Oh, that disappeared me there. Okay, let's try and do it like that. Maybe like this. I'm trying to experiment a little bit. Like, let's do it like this. So it disappears. If you shoot too far away, it disappears. I'm trying to check how far the range is. So my range is probably around this. Around this. So I can shoot here, or maybe here, and here and here. Okay, rewalk. I'm gonna try scatter shot next. Next is experimenting with scatter shot on a boss fight. Well, I'm not sure that it will be stress test. Last time they showed the screenshots, like a presentation with screenshots, and only one of it was a little bit of recorded footage, but not of the game itself, but rather the interface. Now, if they're ready to show us gameplay of it, that's gonna be amazing. But again, I still fear that it's not gonna be enough having only one endgame mode. So hopefully before they launch they come up with something else. Even if it's scaling of the enemies. As I said yesterday, scaling of the enemies to our level on the story zones after we complete the story is something that many might approve of. For when you get bored of running the Fazir Shah's dungeon. Let's try and get that beast spawned. Wow, no, never mind. For a moment I thought I saw a beast, but no. Last chance of getting a beast around here. Should I go back? Maybe something would spawn. And mind you, I don't have level 6 reload yet. So that's something to keep in mind. My reload is not level 6 yet.
Your pack is too heavy.
This didn't hit it, really. Scatter shots range, I'm not liking the range. For this long of a cooldown, it should have at least longer range than before. Because not only is it keeping you for a long time to charge it in place, but you also have to be super close to the enemy to even do something. If you wanna charge it up. But yeah, they kind of butchered this skill. It was my favorite sharpshooter skill, the scatter shot, and unfortunately no longer is my favorite. Still no phase beast. I'm gonna do one more WAP. Hopefully a phase beast spawns on my way back. Sometimes they do. Sometimes I've seen it happen. A phase beast appearing when I'm going back from the boss fight. Yeah, that was a bust. Not a single phase beast. Come on, I just want to do a test of this skill in higher level environment than this one. I'm assuming the result is not gonna be anything anything good. Just the cooldown is too long to make it worth it. You need some sort of a fewer skill, something to do DPS in between the scatter shots. The thrower card, the flamethrower. Yeah, I'm gonna show the flamethrower card in a moment. Just one more boss skill with the sharpshooter, and then I'm gonna change to Realmaster. I was actually planning on doing exactly that, to play with the flamethrower. So let's do one more boss kill. Hopefully it won't take too long with just scatter shot. I want to do a kill with just scatter shot to see how long it would take. I know we're not meant to be using just scatter shot, and we have to kind of switch between different skills. So probably I could maybe use scatter shot and tight grouping. We'll see. Of course, I need to get lucky to find the phase beast first, because my work just doesn't allow me to. That's why I hate this. It's so random. Sometimes there's phase beast, sometimes there's zero, and it's annoying. It would have been fun if there were no phase beasts. It would have been fun. I'm thinking about what people would have been doing if the phase beast system was removed for the early access test. Then people would have just stopped at 35 or 38 or whatever. Another map without a phase beast. Is this fucking real? The game hates me today. It just doesn't want me to test what's its name, scatter shot. It's like the game's telling me stop testing this skill. You're not gonna get the boss unless you change your skills. Well, the flamethrower car was super strong back in the day. Back in the day it was the strongest of all the cars. But you didn't have the shocking rounds then. You only had the first cars, the shotgun, the shield, the mortar and the flamethrower back then. And flamethrower was fun. I mean, you can look at some of my old builds. I can show you an old build of the Realmaster just to see what the Realmaster looked like on the train build. I think the build is called Train and Flame. Train and Flame is what I think the build was called. It was a flaming destroyer setup with that car. I could find the video for you so you can just kind of see it in action. But that's with the older system. Very, very old system. Like, you didn't have the same skill system, you didn't have the tier bonuses, you didn't have endurance giving you that bonus, so certain things cost endurance where others were just cooldown stuff. So endurance didn't have anything to do with the trains as far as I remember. But right now even the trains have some bonuses from endurance. Am I seeing this? A third map without a single phase beast spawning. This is bullshit. Okay, finally. Finally. Now let's not lose it. Old builds are really kind of past. No, I just wanted to be able to see what a train build looks like when the train does damage to the enemies. I'm thinking it's still gonna work well as long as you get legendary items. You just need legendary items, and it should work. Was that just 7,000? Did I see right? It just did only 7,000 with a fully charged scatter shot. This is just so bad. When with my relic skill I'm doing 5,000. Oh boy. Okay, let's get Shasta to taunt the boss. Let's get vulnerability on him. Teleport for crit chance, charge it. 11,000, alright, and 17,000 on the other enemy. Still not great. With vulnerability from the... okay, 18,000. I mean, some of my other skills can do almost as much. It's not that bad though, I mean, still decent numbers, but definitely I don't think it's gonna be worth it having that in the build unless I have another skill like maybe targeted strikes or tight grouping here, and I'm not using the relic skill, but I don't see a reason not to use a relic skill. Scatter shot seems kind of weak still. It still seems kind of weak. Of course, when I get that 30% damage for precision skills, and I should be using probably this with my explosive arrow setup. But alright, let's go on the train build. Let's show you what the train build would feel like. Keep in mind all my train skills are level 1. So it's gonna be level 1 build. It's not gonna be something synergized or anything great. Hey Hixie says, hey bro, been enjoying your videos. Is this the new spec you're trying out? It's not a new spec. I was just testing different skills to figure out what to do. I mean, I can tell you the easy spec would be Revolt, Revolt level 6, Royal Shasta level 6 or 10, depending what you want, and maxed out targeted strikes. And maybe Goose for vulnerability. So you would want Ghost Visage at level 6, was it? I think it was level 6. Revolt at level 6, Shasta at level 6, targeted strikes maxed out, and Goose with that extra vulnerability. I think it's level 3. This is a good setup for just squeezing damage, but I was just experimenting. It wasn't me trying to be meta or something. I'm gonna go to the Twilight Depths right now and test a train setup. So, for example, let's say we do a standard train and flame setup with Winding Light and the flamethrower car. And maybe, do I want shield car for survivability, or should I just only use the flamethrower? I'm gonna just show you the flamethrower. Let's clear out the enemies first. Now this is just my basic car, by the way. Check this out, this is my basic car. Let's do something. Let's slow the enemies and see how much damage they're gonna take. Oh, they're not slowed, never mind. I need some way of slowing the enemies. And thank you Hixie for subscribing to my channel. Have I found a fast boss farm for respects and bounce scrolls, like an ideal fast farm? Yes, I can show you, let's do it. First you go to Bugswat Burrow. So you go to Bugswat Burrow and then right next to it is a portal. And over there is the Frag Master. You kill the Frag Master, there's a chest. Then once you kill the Frag Master, you go back to Bugswat Burrow and then you hunt for a Phase Beast. When you get the Phase Beast, you go into the portal, you do a Wivebound Phasic dungeon. Hopefully you don't die, because that's gonna be your level. Bugswat Burrow is always 24. And next to Bugswat Burrow, as you see, next to that one is Sunken Ruins. So you go to Sunken Ruins and that's an easy boss kill. You can either only spam and kill this boss for a quick chest hunt, or you can do like I do. Let's let the flamethrower car do the damage. I'm gonna stop it and just let it stay next to the enemy. So this is just my train and my pet and my miasma. So keep in mind miasma is doing poison damage to anyone around me. And I had my relic activated. And I'm not using the right relic. I should be using the flame relic, I guess, with this setup. And again, this is just a level 2 flamethrower car. Level 2 flamethrower car. So there's something I can do. There we go, scroll of unbinding. So basically that's step 1. Step 1 is go here, kill this boss. Step 2 is go back to Bugswat Burrow and look for a Phase Beast. There should be one somewhere in the map. Sometimes there isn't, so you might have to just log out back to character selection and try again. I'm not seeing the Phase Beast, am I? Oh, there we go. So yeah, the murky book, there is no book with murky, by the way. If you're talking about murky miasma being accessible, the only book is on the map. The book is that the map is showing you the wrong way to reach it. That's the only book. So basically on the map this should not exist, and this should have dotted line from here to here, or maybe this could go here and this could go here, and there should be a dotted line from here to Bugswat, and Bugswat should be here. That's actually how I would have done it. But even if they do it like from here, a dotted line to here, and this one staying like that, that's still fine. So that's probably what they're gonna do. There's gonna be some rearrangement. But you reach the protected trail from Acrid Plains. That's how it is. So just the map is showing incorrectly. That's probably the only thing that can be considered a bug. Okay, let's just keep my flamethrower car. I want to just keep my flamethrower car and just do damage with it. Ah, fuck. I let it hit me. So where do I resurrect? I killed it, but I couldn't get the thing. But yeah, yeah, it died. It died. It did die from my train, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to return. But there is actually some sort of a glitch that people can abuse, where you die in the boss and your summon kills it. I don't know how to do it, but let's see if I did it. Something to do with portals, and you can't make portals in those dungeons. But I don't know, someone mentioned something about that. But anyways, let's go back to character selection and walk back in, and I want to do some more testing of the flamethrower car. It doesn't seem that bad. I mean, it still seems to be doing okay damage for a level 2 skill. Level 2 skill, meaning all those bonuses here, like the passive attack speed, which is a big DPS boost, and then the 8 fireballs that do the skill's current weapon damage when you activate it. And see, the endurance bonus is car attacks 50% faster for 10 seconds. Meaning you're gonna have 75% flamethrower passive attack speed for 10 seconds. And the cooldown is 10 seconds, meaning you can have it all the time, as long as you keep spamming that, if you have this item, the Doom Pipe. So let's go to Twilight Depths, just so we can do some testing there. But yeah, the flamethrower does have a longer range on the basic attack. It has a decent range on the activation, but the activation is more of like it's like a furnace blast. You're gonna see what I mean. It's like a furnace blast. See this? This is basically the furnace blast animation. Yeah, just a wider angle. Just a wider angle indeed. And Insanity Pilgrim, welcome to my channel. Nice to see you, dude. But flamethrower car used to be my favorite car, and it still probably is. I mean, shield car used to be my favorite car when I needed survivability, but now I can get 50% damage reduction from hammer spin. So I'm still gonna wait for them to rework the train skills, and then I'm gonna make train builds. For now, I'm not that big of a fan of them, but you can do some good synergies with items that I showed in my video with the, what was the name? The Doom Pipe. Then you've got that Tenderizer. Then you've got the gauntlets, I think, the Cosmic Gauntlets. And you can have some interesting combos with that. Interesting combos with those 3 items. I've not gotten many Cosmic Gauntlets. I think I've got 1 low level version of them. And combine that with the Flaming Destroyer, and you can have yourself a nice Train and Flame build. Especially knowing that Lantern Flash also burns. I just hope that they would rework it so that we can combine Mortar car with Flamethrower car. And then I can play something with Mortar and Flamethrower.
You are overburdened.
So let's say I have the Flaming Destroyer and I'm not gonna be using the active skill. I'm probably gonna do something like Blasting Charge here, and then here I'm gonna use, for example, the Mortar car if I could. Right now, shield car and shotgun car are your choices, or shocking rounds. So I'd probably prefer the shotgun. If I'm not gonna be using a relic active thingy. But yeah, I hope that we can go for a shotgun, not shotgun, but for a mortar and flamethrower, because that has always been the logical synergy, the two burning train skills. So right now I'm not using the right relic, I'm using a Bane, so definitely not the synergy there. But with all the burning, you would be proccing the flaming destroyers. Procs like lingering blaze when you kill those, like the explosions, like the meteors. Yeah, it would be interesting if we have more carriages in the train instead of just 3. But I think what we need to do first is they need to remove the build train skill from the skill bar. I think it's very bad that the build train has to be on the skill bar. If they make it a separate button that you press, like a hotkey specifically for that, without having to put it in the skill bar, and then to make it just pick 3 cars. Even if they leave it 3 cars, make it pick 3. For example, I might want to pick flamethrower, mortar and shield, for example. That's not a bad combo either. And wish I could do that. Or for example, I might want to go shield, shotgun and flamethrower. This would be an amazing combo. Or shield, shotgun, mortar, or shield, shotgun, shocking. That would have been a very good close range stacking. So you're standing next to the shield car, getting the damage reduction. You're using shotgun car. You're using shocking rounds. You can use ghost train. You can use summons. That would be the summoner build. Shield car, shotgun and shocking rounds. You're gonna be stacking all the enemies next to you, so you can probably use what was that shield? The shotgun and then shields like that one would make much more sense. Of course right now you can only get one of them, but this shield, the shotgunner's shield. I know why they made it shotgun and shield in this item and they made it mortar and flamethrower, because those you cannot use together. But imagine if they just simply change it to be able to use those together, then those items become even more strong than they are right now, even stronger. And then maybe use the shotgunner shield and maybe get Ghost Train and Phantom Buffer, maybe wearing Phantom Buffer. But even if you don't get Phantom Buffer, you can still maybe get Bone Razor, Bone Blocker combo in your Legendarium. Maybe wearing one together with the shield and then putting the other one there. Let's say you wear Bone Razor, Bone Blocker, and then you get Blast Breaker for the blasting charge and the Shotgunner shield here. And maybe a Phantom Buffer if you don't want to be using something like the Egg of Wonder or the Tenderizer. I mean, there's very nice amount of option, a very nice number of options you can do. If only we could combine those skills that we cannot combine right now. Okay, let me find some more enemies and do some more testing. And you would really want level 6 Lantern Flash and some sort of stunning, binding or swallowing. The easiest way would be to go for slow chance items. Slow chance items would be very nice, because it's easier to get chance to slow for a certain duration, and it lasts longer than stunning. Yeah, you can bind enemies with Lantern Flash. Just testing, just letting them do damage instead of me. But yeah, I can imagine a Bane or a Golem Summoner build. Bane Spiders or a Golem Summoner build with Shield Car and Shotgun. That would have been such a fun setup. If only those two were something you can combine. You're gonna be just stacking skeletons and spiders and ancestral spirits as well. Flying Pigs is something I would include in a summoner build with those ancestral spirits. But yeah, I hope this helped you figure out how good the flamethrower car could be with shitty gear. You can see my gear is pretty shitty. I mean, my weapon is very strong for its level, especially at level 38. It's a decent one, and I do have this bonus poison damage together with this one. But the rest is not anything fancy. This is okay, but this is so-so, only for the gearwork and the hammer spin level. So definitely it can be much better. But again, the slammer build right now is the one I think you get so much damage on. So any other requests? Do you want me to play some other specific builds? If not, I'm going on my entropy summoner mage quickly. I haven't played that mage in a while. And I've got level 38 gauntlets waiting for me in the storage. So I wanna test this with the gauntlets that give us all that damage. Oh, couldn't teleport. But the lead car button is definitely something I wish they would put on a hotkey, separate hotkey. I used to cheese it. Before you could equip the lead car button, spawn it, remove the lead car button, replace it with something else, and still keep that animation where you're laying tracks. They nerfed it. They made it so that I can't do that anymore. But it was nice. That was my way of cheesing the system before, of getting to. Oh, I've got celestial gauntlets here. Just not the triple set. Oh, actually, I do have the triple set bonus. But look at those level 16 shoulders. It's painful. It's painful. Level 16, level 32. So this level 32 is probably gonna change for the 38. For all the defense. I'm gonna lose chance to block 8%, which is a huge drop. So that 8% chance to block means I'm only at 15. No, I'm at 10% from 18. Right. I think I left some items in here earlier. Gearwork defense are the only good things there. And this is fire. I think there was something stronger here. This one. This one. Oh, I'm losing 8.5% chance to block. Wait, if this is 8.5 and 6.8 and this is 8.5, why do I only have 10%? Oh, that's my pet. I actually have 30% block chance right now. And with my other armor, I had it maxed out almost. This was 38.2 block chance. This was almost maxing out my block chance without wearing a shield. So let's say I change weapons and unbind this thing. And I'm gonna chuck this in there because I don't need it. Defense, defense. Alright, let's hope I find some more pieces of equipment that are worth having. 8000 HP, only 19% defense. I'm gonna go and try and find a phase beast or something. The one problem I have with this build is building the dark bar. The dark buff bar, I was using Holy Fury, but it's so bad for the building. So I'm probably gonna go for something like this. Let's try and find the beast. Come on, beast. Wait, so how's my skills? I don't have the Shadow Step tier 2 bonus and I really need it for the mana regeneration. Oh, there it is. No, fuck! How? How did this shit happen? I mean, how did that thing spawn so far away from me and just disappear? Gotta try again. Like I just barely saw it and then it disappears. This is just BS. We really need some indicator on the minimap that tells us there's phase beasts nearby. Maybe a sound, like a roar that lets you know that something like this is spawning somewhere in the map. It's fucking annoying. Yeah, that's how I would do it. I would add a specific sound that lets you know that it's spawned, some sort of a roar of the Goblin Hound, and then an indicator on the minimap, a purple dot is all we need. That lets you know there is something nearby that you might want to kill. Or is it? Come on, phase beasts, stop hiding. But I'm testing the damages. I know for this level what's good damage, and the 3000 I was doing earlier at this level wasn't bad. Mind you, that's without the item that makes entropy a cooldown skill. If I get that one item, things would change. But it's super gear dependent in this game. In this game the gear is so important when it comes to DPS. Finally face this. So I'm not gonna be able to immediately one-shot it, cause well, I don't have that buff bonus, and I'm using a one-handed weapon. But let's see if I can get like 12, 13, 15, 20,000 damage maybe. On my white mage I got 29,000 damage. At like 2 levels lower, maybe more levels lower. Let's see, I wanna get the buffs. Come on, give me white buff, white buff. Now let's get the dark buff. Get the dark buff. And now let's try entropy. What? 22, 22, 22. Okay, that was nice. So I need to figure out a way how to get those buffs pre-cast on me when I enter the boss fight. Anything good dropped? 38 pistol, energy cost for absolver.
You can't cast that.
22k is not that much. I mean, that's without the item. I'm telling you, with the item it's gonna be a lot different, a lot better. And that's on one hit. Entropy keeps doing many hits. So with that item, that's gonna be twice the projectiles with what's its name? This item, Molten Reach. Twice as many projectiles, but an 8-second cooldown, which means you're gonna be just melting stuff with entropy with this item. Because that would have been 22, 22, 22, 22, 22 all the time. Because look at how many it is now. On big bosses like Strong Tusk, most of the projectiles would hit. If you cast it here, like let's say the middle of the waypoint is Strong Tusk and I'm standing here. You can see how many of the projectiles can potentially hit him, like maybe 60%, 70% of the projectiles. And that's excluding the Bane and the Summons and Dark Spears being underneath him and that poison damage I can get. Alright, let's quickly get this boss killed for a quick chest. Let's get the buff bars up quickly. One buff bar. You can see as soon as you get those buffs, those gloves are just amazing, the Celestial Gauntlets. This is the most OP mage item ever. You can't get a better pair of gauntlets. This is for any build, even if you want a summoner build, that's gonna be the thing you want. I'm actually gonna do some testing to see how far I can push the summoner damage. Let's quickly go to my fort, get rid of some stuff. And I wanna see how far my summoner's damage can go. Keep in mind my nether well is not upgraded, my spirit well. It's not level 10, I think it's level 6. I need to get that celestial helmet, I think, for those extra 2 skill points. Because right now my white skills have those 2 extra levels from here, but this is only if I'm wearing it. So right now my white skills have 1 extra level, not 2. So this one I can remove a point from it. I can remove 1 point from this and still get the healing. And I can probably remove a point here. And maybe get this one. Wait, why does this cost 1.8 mana? Yesterday this or the other day when I was testing, this cost me 2 mana. And this one with the 25% less mana cost was 2.2. And then eventually I got this one to 1.8 and this one was still 2. So why is this one 1.8 mana suddenly? What's reducing my mana cost? Mana cost reduction. Somehow they might have made a change to it, because I remember clearly getting surprised why Absolver was cheaper to cast than Holy Bolt back then when I was leveling my white mage. Maybe they did some sort of a change silently. Because I clearly remember the first time I got Absolver on my other mage, realizing that I had an item that gave me less cost for Absolver, and with this getting 3 points into it, it made it cost 1.8, while this was 2. Maybe they reduced the mana cost of Holy Bolt, which is a good change because I prefer playing Holy Bolt. I prefer the Holy Bolt auto casting Absolver, and that's my preferred build. I just need to get the item for it, which eventually I will. Let me quickly compare. 606 energy cost for Absolver. Physical damage. I don't need those items here anymore. So yeah, I'm gonna try again. To see some more things with this setup. By the way, feel free to suggest if you want me to play a specific build, specific class. Let me know and I can always switch. If you wanna see a certain skill in action. I still haven't respected the majority of my heroes, and I do need to do some serious respecking eventually on all of them. And by the way, this damage you were seeing was me using a one-handed weapon. Imagine if I was using this rifle. That would have been a lot more damage. Well, not a lot, but still would have been more damage. And if I was using an item that gives me +% to the damage of the same type. So let's say I remove 1 point here. And then I do this, I get this bonus. Now we've got upgraded Absolver. I'm gonna quickly reset the maps. Okay, let's see, what else do I wanna do? Probably another boss fight. Just wanna see how much faster I can charge my bars. I'm still trying to figure out which the best way to charge your bars is. I know that entropy and what was its name? Energy spike have always been the best way to charge the white bar, but for the dark bar, I mean, I'm loving Holy Bolt for the dark bar charging, but Absolver might be the better option because it hits a wider amount of enemies, especially it being a piercing strike, so you can hit multiple with just a single projectile, let alone with all three. I still think I would have liked it if it charged faster. Was there a thing that makes it charge faster? I gotta check. I think there was an item that makes things charge faster. I know there's something that makes them last longer, and I'm gonna go for those eventually on my setups. Did I just see another beast spawn behind me? Okay. I'm just gonna kill some Wobby enemies. It's obvious that I'm not gonna get a phase beast on this map, might as well just kill whatever's here for some stuff, for money. I'm also considering switching to a non-Luminous run, but Luminous run I needed for the Relic active skill damage, because this summoner build was for me all about the Relic active stuff. But since I'm switching to a less summony build, I might consider switching to Shadow Step instead of Luminous run. But the healing of Luminous run is nice. The thing is, most things in the game that are dangerous hit you for like half your HP or 80-70% of your HP, so that 10% won't help much unless you have the triple charge. But makes you immune to damage for 1 second seems like, I don't know, it can really save your life if you time it well and let you face tank stuff, but in general 1 second only. Ah, fuck. No, I didn't realize I had one of those. And I was playing like a Care Bear, say, not like a Care Bear, like the opposite. What was the opposite of a Care Bear? Alright,
Your strength is
that hurt. How I'm liking Torchlight 3? Like always, I've always liked this game. It's probably my favorite game right now that I can play. Especially when they add the end game and when they add the next act. I mean, it's not too complicated, it's not too simple. It's got a nice amount of depth, and it's not too punishing. When you die, you don't lose XP, you don't lose progress. Yeah, it just was an item, but I only was this item because I forgot to put it in my warehouse when I was in my fort, and because I was kind of not paying much attention to surviving. I was too focused on building my buff bar instead of trying to survive. So, another map without a phase beast. This game is fucking trolling me all the time. What's happening with those phase beasts? Why can't they spawn more easily? I'm sure what's happening is the phase beasts are spawning somewhere behind me when I don't see them, and I just miss them. Either this or they nerfed the spawn rates, but I didn't see a patch happening. But the thing is, they can do certain things without patching, and once you walk out and walk back in without downloading any patch, you would be getting affected by the changes. So I think maybe nerfs of the spawn rates and drop rates are things they can always do without changing too much. Let's try and just go for a phase beast now.
It's trapped.
You're level 6 on Grim down, but you can't get that Diablo 2 mod download. Why can't you get the Diablo 2 mod downloaded? That's pretty strange. I never had problems with it. And I think there were two mirrors. If you can't download it from their Google Drive or whatever, I think there was like a mirror. But the Diablo 2 mod on Grim Dawn is amazing. The same can be said about the main game though. I mean, the basic Grim Dawn game has so much to offer. So much to offer after years and years of content and updates piling and rebalancing stuff and items getting added and so on. Okay. Yeah, I need a faster way to build my bar, and I'm thinking Holy Boat when it shoots double the Holy Boats might be the better option. So ideally I would have Absolver leveled up, but use Holy Boat with the Holy Boat that has a 50% chance to cast Absolver. And it's also gonna boost the white skill damage and so on, and then that double damage one. Let's show you the non-entropy setup again. This is my other setup with mostly white skills. The points into Radiant Blast I probably don't need anymore. I was just experimenting and that means I can get 3 points. And those 3 points I'm thinking of putting... those 3 points into White Spear. Let's go respec. This is to just stack that duration for uncharged, for holy charge and unholy charge. The idea would be to max out White Spear, to max out Energy Spike, to max out Absolver and Holy Boat. To maybe max out Shadow Step and Dark Spears. Although with Dark Spears I like it the way it is. Maybe it could just stay. It could just stay with the level 6 bonus. Instead of Dark Spears, another thing I could put would be Spirit Well. Just so it can charge up stuff, or maybe even Entropy. But that's moving on to an entirely different setup. But yeah, I'd rather keep this different than the Entropy setup. I like the Radiant Blast, but I really needed something to help me build the other bar quicker. So having 2 skills to do that does help. Holy Fury with the Vitality Extractor would have been a good choice too. So now we have 50% Holy Charge duration and 50% Unholy Charge duration. Any wife bound items I can lose? Some more damage. Let's go into the Twilight Depths. I can still get XP for this guy here. And there's so many other builds and characters I wanna level up and play with. But yeah, I'm probably gonna wait until I farm some more items and then start making some more builds. But I do have some builds that have already been made and are ready for a level 30 build video. That's one of them, I guess. They may not be the meta builds as always, but yeah, you know me, you know that I do upload fun builds that may not be meta but still fun playing. This point I don't need here. I think the best thing I can do for myself right now would be upgrading that to get 5 missiles. At this point of the level up process, let's say I get the item with 2 more levels. That means 1 more point, and then with that item with holy levels, which one was it? The chest piece. I can have a very nice combo. Diablo 2 mod for Grim Dawn is Reign of Terror. Yeah. What the mod does is it converts the story from the Grim Dawn story to the Diablo story. It adds Diablo items and it adds systems like the Horadric cube, but not the way you remember it in Diablo 2. You're basically summoning a cube with different recipes on the ground that becomes an interactable NPC. And you have all the different rune words as recipes, the same way you have it in the crafting desk and so on from the blacksmith. But yeah, it's definitely a very nice total conversion mod for Grim Dawn. If you have that Diablo 2 nostalgia, definitely worth it. By the way, wasn't there gonna be a Diablo 2 anniversary announcement event this month? Or is it next month? The Diablo 2 20-year anniversary, when they're announcing a new project where people were considering that project might be Diablo 2 Remastered. Did that event already pass? Or is it still to happen? Does anyone have the insight? Because I don't remember the exact date, but I think it was supposed to be this month. Oh, it's this month. Is it the 29th? Istvan Arvai, or is that Watvan? Istvan, I think it's I. Istvan Arvai, welcome to my YouTube, dude. Nice to have you here. Was it the 29th or 28th? If anyone knows the exact date, feel free to share it with the rest of us, because I really forgot the exact date about that Diablo event. I'm wondering if Max Schaefer and David Brevik and Eric Schaefer would be there. Whether Blizzard would invite them for that event to speak to the fans, since it's an anniversary and they're the fathers of the game. They deserve to be there to speak, even if it's announcement of new Blizzard project and they're no longer Blizzard employees. It would be nice to have them there just as like a panel or whatever, so they can speak to the fans. The reason why you're asking if I have Discord, because it would be easier for... Yeah, I have Discord. I've got Discord, I've got my own server. Just a second. This is the link to my server. You can either find me there or you can add me. If you want to add me, give me a moment and I can give you my name. If you don't want to join my server, that's completely fine. I can just give you my Discord name. Let me just make sure there's no one that can kill me. Okay, Discord, click on the name, copy, paste. There we go, that's my Discord name. But do you mean to talk to me or just to write it? Because right now I'm streaming. I mean, I can listen to you, but yeah, you kind of know that when I'm streaming. Sometimes I'm having problems with people hearing me on Discord, but you can be sure that my stream won't hear you unless I unmute you. I'm rerouting the audio with voice meter. There's so many things I wanna try, so many items I wanna try in this game. Like for example, I wanna try and upgrade it to max dark spears. I wanna try that entropy item. I wanna try the energy spike item with unholy bolt. I wanna try so many things. It's just the list. The list is very big of things I wanna try in that game, of items I wanna try and builds I wanna try experimenting with. Wait. There's a video in YouTube about it. For the files, I can quickly tell you, but there's an official Discord channel for the mod. There's an official channel for the mod. Let me just quickly tell you what's written there. So there's a Reign of Terror Discord, and installation guide is. I'm assuming you're on Steam, right? If you're on Steam, first of all, you have to install the basic patch, the 6.1.5 base. You open the file and then you extract it in the grimdown/mods folder. So you should see a Reign of Terror picture, Reign of Terror thing. I'm gonna try and show you just a moment. So I'm gonna share my Discord screen. So let's say window capture Discord. So basically that's it. Reign of Terror. Just a second, I need to resize this. Maybe that works fine. You can see like this as well. So that's from the official Discord. So basically you do that, you open the file and you're gonna see this folder. Then you extract this folder in whatever your Grimdown installation is, which is Grimdown and then /mods. You're looking for the mods folder. And when you're done, you should be able to see your Grimdown folder, mods folder having the Reign of Terror inside. The next step would be to get the patch, the latest patch, which would be the 0621. And then you do the same thing with that and replace all of the files. So extract into the same folder. Then it would ask you, do you want to replace the files? You replace them, and then that's what you should see in your mods folder. Grimdown mods, there you should have the Reign of Terror folder in there. That's pretty much it. It's not that difficult to install mods in Grimdown. Hopefully this helps you. Alright, I'm gonna stop sharing this screen. And hello to everyone who just arrived. I see some new messages. Is the Gambo NPC worth it in your opinion? Yes, it's very worth it. You can get legendary and blue items which are pretty nice and around your level. So it's good to stash up 5, 10, 15,000 gold and then use them to Gambo when you're wagging behind on the items. I definitely suggest save your bucks and use them to gamble when you don't need them for anything else. I mean, it's a gold sink. It's there for a reason, and that reason is to help us with the gearing up a little bit. So non-ref, hopefully that helped you figure out what to do with the installation files. Once you've installed 1 or 2 mods, it's pretty much easy to install your next few mods. But that's something I can't wait to happen to Torchlight 3, offline mode bringing modding. And the developers have apparently confirmed that some of the good mods that they like, they would be bringing into the online mode as well. So for example, they see a very nice offline mod that they like, that they think is not gonna be overpowered and imbalanced. And then they're gonna be bringing that one into the live version, into the online version. Pretty good if they do it that way. Okay, should we do another reset, get some more XP for this hero? This hero for now has been one of the most fun builds I've played. And it's a build I couldn't play before the way I played now, because, well, first of all, Shadow Step didn't exist before. Second of all, this was not a cooldown skill. Third of all, we didn't have the legendary items with those special skills. We had legendary items, but they didn't have the special skills. Then we didn't have this this storm relic in update 9. Or maybe we did? No, I think it came with update 10. White Spear was not a charge skill. We didn't have the tier bonuses. So yeah, definitely everything is so much different now. And this build is possible as a result of all the changes that have been happening to this game throughout update 10 and 11. Mostly changes to skills, relics, and the legendaries and legendarium, which is enough changes. That's like 3/5 of your build, or 3/4 if you don't count the pet skills as part of your build. That damage, man. I'm loving that damage. "64 legendary dust." Yeah, I've been salvaging stuff, especially recipes. Recipes are my main source of legendary dust. You know, the recipes have different rarities, even though they're all white, as a drop, as a
Charging into
color.
the
You have recipes that are, let me try and show you, that are orange, kind of. This one. This would give you legendary dust. This costs 100, so it's the equivalent of a legendary item. This one is the equivalent of a green, and then you have one that's blue, which would be 60 gold, the equivalent of a blue item. So those recipes that cost 100 gold are a huge source of powder and dust. But you should see some of my stockpiled materials before the alpha wipe, before they wiped the alpha for update 10 of the alpha, where the sharpshooter got released. I had been stockpiling so much back then and experimenting with a lot of shit. I mean, I wasted 150,000 gold on a single cannon, trying to get it to roll with 2 times crit damage in the enchantment slots, and I couldn't. 150,000 gold later, I couldn't get it to roll 2 times crit damage on that cannon. And in the end, I ended up rolling 1 time crit damage, 1 time flat damage, and I was kind of, okay, leave it. I'm not gonna have 300 crit damage on that cannon, apparently, until I get better armor with more crit damage. I'm loving this. So you can see this is kind of different than my other mage setup. And my main idea when I made this mage after the other one was to just use different skills I use on the entropy summoner mage. I wanted to be using things that are as different as I can get it to be. And all that damage is coming from the gauntlets and of course the celestial pants making the dark buff more effective. The mana regen is more effective from the white buff from those pants. Then you have mana infused, which again, energy spike is supposed to be proccing mana infused, but it's buggy. But mana infused is 10% mana regen per second. And even with one-handed weapon, I'm doing decent amounts of damage. Earlier, someone saw me doing 29. Like a couple of hours ago or so, 1000 damage on the enemies here. But yeah, the gauntlets and the pants are the major source of DPS. See, the shoulders, for example, are completely optional. As long as you have gauntlets, legs, and one more thing, which it could be the celestial boots, it could be the mask, it could be the chest, or you can just go for 4 or 5 items. I mean, right now I really don't need the legs. I don't need those netherlings, not on this build. But since I don't have a better shoulder, I'm using that one. Let's do Sadista quickly. And this is only a level 33 setup and I'm loving it. Shit, I cast that in the wrong direction. 32,000 damage, see, pretty nice.
Void heart. Where do you think you're going? Think back. Where do you think
Your life is slipping away.
I killed her midair. That was a fun kill, killing her midair. Okay, should we switch heroes? I say let's switch heroes. Enough mage. Now let's go to something much weaker, much slower to kill stuff on. My rapid fire, my rapid fire setup. I'm thinking it was steampunk. This one, oh poor Forged. He's just like the one that really needs items to be able to do damage. It needs the super powerful items, especially when it's a cannon build. You can't share your one-handed items on it. Level 30. I'm probably gonna dismantle this for my fort. And non-ref, let me know if something doesn't work out with that Grim Down mod for you. By the way, I gotta hydrate. Okay. By the way, if anyone joined my Discord server, keep in mind my Discord server right now is having problems with one of the bots. They're trying to improve the servers of the bots, but it's not letting people get rows assigned. So I just see Praknor Fritzstyle has joined. I've just given him a row, and non-refs joined. I've given him a row. I need to assign Struck Co-op members rows so you can see the chat channels, and I just gave you those rows myself. Normally that happens by reacting to the welcome message, but well, it's broken. So yeah, let's salvage this thing. I'm using white gauntlets. I think it's about time I switch those. I farmed some better items on the other hero. I can probably grab some of them for this one. For example, this skittering chest. It's obviously a better one. This one might also be a better one, but wait, why can't I wear this? It shouldn't let me. What? I can wear non-forged items on the forged. How? How? How is this possible? Am I breaking the game or something? So this is obviously a stronger one. I don't know how this happened, but yeah, it let me. So we're looking for some good gauntlets. 35, this seems nice. A nice cannon is also needed. This is some low level shit we don't need. Chance to poison and crit damage, well, we're changing that. And I don't think I've got a stronger one-handed. Oh, this one is better. More defense. Yeah, I think I've pretty much given him the best things I could get that he can wear. How much defense can I get on this shit? Two more % defense. Look at his defense against fire. He has a lot of defense against poison, because that poison, those poison, the high-wit soldiers were just messing me up all the time. How's my chance to walk? Chance to walk 21%. Heat dissipation knockback. Well, let's say we go for this instead of heat dissipation. And this is how I've got my skills right now. Probably gonna be using this as my vent, because it's better animation than the coal launch. I've got the repeater, I've got the Egg of Wonder. And what level is he? 33. So I can still fight in the Twilight Depths and get XP. And it's just underwhelming. Compare that to the mage I was playing and you're gonna see the difference. And that's supposedly with using the synergy cannon I can use. The thing is, there's a lot of synergies for the forge that is the melee forged. There's a lot of item synergies, especially with that Mountain King set, but not as much for the range. For the range one, you've got cannons and stuff, but I think we need a lot more synergy for the range forged, and I think we need some more things that give us damage on it. I mean, it's not completely bad. It can still do okay damage here. So this is another one of the forge builds I would be uploading as a build video. So completely, not completely, but very different from the other one, from the shotgun build, which I'm gonna show you in a moment. And just do at least one map clear. So you can see the difference between the two builds. They're both range builds, but the difference would be one skill. Honestly, the difference is just one skill. All the other skills on the skill bar are the same. I'm still using fracking, sonic, ramming, and the projection, the power projection. But instead of a rapid fire, I'm using shotgun blast. On that other one, but the other one is not optimized skill-wise. Because the other one I made just so I can show skills that I don't have learned on this one. So the other one has 1 point in every skill. If I optimize it, maybe I might see a little bit more stuff happening there. But you're seeing clearing stuff so much slower than the mage. See, the popcorn mobs still die quickly, but those don't have much HP. Whether I'm doing 10, 20, 4000 or 1000 damage to them, it doesn't matter much. They're still gonna get one shot with 1000 damage. But you can see, poor forged, weak guy. That has always been the case. He's much stronger now compared to before, but that doesn't mean he's strong enough. But again, I'm gonna wait to get level 60, to get full legendaries on every hero, and then I can make a nice, good comparison. And say, hey, this guy feels weaker than that guy. I mean, I can already tell that the forged is weaker than the others, but until I gear him up and get the proper setup I want to test, and then test another setup with the other skill tree, until then I'm gonna just wait. Because for all I know, maybe once I get him maxed out and geared up, he's not gonna feel that bad. Before, in update 7, 8 and 9, even in update 10, before they nerfed the furnace blast, I could feel fine with the geared up forged. In fact, the furnace blast build was very fun. Furnace blast, I'm gonna show you which one that is. Probably don't have it on this, but it's this one. It used to be, if you know the flamethrower car, it used to be doing the animation of the flamethrower car, or of those little robots, the automatons. So let's say I'm standing here and the enemy is here. I used to be able to hit it with Furnace Blast. And when I cast Furnace Blast, it used to kind of persist for a few seconds for like something like this range. Right now Furnace Blast is at best around here. At best it would reach around here. It's like a Kono single burst of damage. It's not gonna stay for a few seconds like a beam, but it's just a single burst of damage. You can double the blast with this. Blast size increased by 50. But I'm not sure whether this is on the white. Like, is it on the side or is it forward? Like, is it gonna reach further? If someone knows and has maxed out this skill and can tell me, I do need the information whether Tier 3 Furnace Blast means reaching farther away, or whether it's just a wider angle. I'm assuming it's gonna be the wider angle, but who knows? Maybe I'm just assuming wrong. Did I kill them all? Alright, let's go on the other hero. Okay, I had to mute myself for a second, so yeah, let's go on the other one. On the punk. Just so you can see how much different playing a shotgun is if you haven't seen me play it already today or yesterday or the day before. And again, this one is not optimized for skill point spending, because I'm using this hero to experiment. It's my non-ridiculous hero. Oh, 2 minutes past midnight already. So you can see that's my skill points completely all over the place for that video I made some days ago. I'm saving some respectacles and eventually I'm gonna optimize it, either keep it a shotgun build or maybe make it a melee build. But you're seeing that I'm using a different relic here. Oh fuck, my bad, wrong skill. I was experimenting with spin to win, which I can show you if you want to keep seeing it. This one, for example, knocks back enemies with shotgun blast and keeps them away from you. Let's put them in the choke point. Let's censor this guy. And that I'm talking about is this one. Well, the phase beast, what he said is not entirely true, because he didn't account for the phase beast. Maybe he doesn't know. I'm gonna write after this to tell him about this. Oh, invulnerable enemies that attack me. Gotta love this. He didn't leash out back, so now he's gonna be following me around. Yeah, we can't kill him. Can he do damage to me? Yeah, he can do damage to me. This is such BS. And he's not gonna leash back. Let's try and leash him back manually. See, the other ones seem to have unglitched, but this guy that's invulnerable keeps glitching on me. See, and this is why this game is in early access, because things like that will happen, and we gotta somehow give them feedback. I don't know how to report this now, because there's no in-game reporting, and things like that are much better reported from within the game, where you can send them the info. I think I managed to unglitch it somehow though. See, I somehow managed to unglitch it. So I guess all's well. This monster spawning, I think, triggered a recheck of the status effect of the other enemy, of maybe of their vocation or whatever, and that new check changed his status from invulnerable and leashing back to not invulnerable and not leashing, because it probably so that the enemy is within range, so it won't need to be leashing back. I'm not sure what happened, but I'm pretty sure spawning this mob fixed the other one. So at least now I have a workaround for when this bug happens, to get another elite champion to spawn, or a boss or whatever. POW drones, man, I keep getting the POW drones. That's one of the most dropped legendary forged items for me. Okay. Yeah, this is a fun forge build. I like playing this build more than I like the rapid fire one. I'm just having more fun playing it, but of course I'm using a different relic. Maybe with the rapid fire, if I'm using high level, max level whitening strike, level 10 increasing charge. Maybe if I'm using that one there, and probably some violent burst chance. Is there a chance? Yeah, there is a chance. And damage. Maybe that would work well with rapid fire to keep proccing this thing. Let's show you Sadista, just so you can see how this feels on Sadista versus my mage or my other heroes. Definitely doesn't feel very good. In fact, I'm gonna be using my relic skill more often than on the others. It's not that bad though, because you can still see with my relic activation and certain things I still get okay damage, but it's far from the mage, miles away, or from the realm master, or from the sharpshooter in regards to what I can get with an optimized setup. But again, I'm not using a specific cannon, which I really want to find, that Mega Blaster or whatever it is, that modifies my shotgun, but then I'm gonna have to be using rapid fire in the build together with shotgun, and that's just something I don't want to have to use. I don't want to have to use rapid fire and shotgun blast in the same build to get that extra bonus from that item, but that's how it works. I'm gonna show you the item in a moment. The item I'm talking about, I have a screenshot somewhere. Actually, never mind, it's gonna be quicker if I go here. The item I'm talking about is this Mega Fire. Hit with rapid fire, gain a shock charge once per 3 seconds, stacks up to 3 times, so basically 3 stacks within 9 seconds is what you can get. And then when you cast shotgun blast, spend all shock charges to fire an energy blast dealing 300 weapon damage per charge, and this means 900 weapon damage. 9 fucking 100 weapon damage. So combine this with the build, with the burning weapon, and build that has 25% damage to burning enemies, another 25% damage to burning enemies. That means that 900% damage would probably be actually equal to, if you didn't have this 50% to burning enemies, it's probably gonna be equal to 1350. Because I think first you get this 25% damage applied, and then you get that 900%. I'm not sure whether that's how it works, but it's gonna be bullshit if actually I do 950% damage to burning enemies with this, instead of doing 50% of the 900 more when I have this damage to burning enemies. So hopefully it's the one where you do 50% of the 900 more, and that's gonna be super strong setup. You use rapid fire for a few seconds to just charge it up, then boom, big damage. I think that's the way to make forged one-shot bosses. But you're gonna need a very, very good cannon, a very strong cannon. And you're gonna need this in the Legendarium, and hopefully maybe you also get this one in the Legendarium for rapid fire. But yeah, that's one way of building a shotgun setup. If only I had this item, I really want that item to test it. I'm gonna probably do another run on this build of this map, and I'm not gonna kill the boss, I'm just gonna run that map for XP and hopefully for drops. If anyone has that item, do test this and let me know how the damage is. Ideally you would have a cannon with chance to burn, or the fire relic, but I'd rather not use the fire relic. I'd rather have a cannon with chance to burn, so I can get that extra damage from it. I can't wait for the gambler to start selling cannons. Then I'm gonna be gambling mostly for cannons, because that's the thing that I've always had bad luck on when it came to drops. Even though I've already found 2 legendary cannons, which I've put in the Legendarium. They were kind of found at lower levels, so not much when it comes to using them. But I'm thinking this would be the super one-shotty setup for the Forged, the Mega Blaster. Because right now you probably saw me doing up to 2.4 thousand damage. 2.4 thousand damage. Let's do that 9 times. Extra 9 times this. So that's gonna be as if doing 100, not 100 but 1000%. So 10 times this. So I'm still gonna be doing 24,000 with it. But only one time. That's gonna be only one time. Whereas with the mage, with entropy and stuff, you're doing that much damage with every single hit of entropy. And with every single hit of absolver, once you're fully charged with both buffs. And you have that extra dark buff effectiveness, 50% from the legs. And you have the 200% from the gauntlets on the mage. So you get that for a few seconds, you don't get it just for a single hit. Whereas with that item, it says spent all charges, right? It says spent all charges, if I'm not mistaken again. Yeah, fire energy buzzing, spent all shock charges, exactly. That means you have to build those charges again, so that's another 9 seconds. See, if this wasn't limited to 3 seconds, I think there's gonna be a very nice way to balance this out, to make it stronger. To remove that that cooldown of 3 seconds for building and make it 1 second. Or maybe 2 seconds. Let's say 1 second is a little bit too much, but let's say it's 2 seconds. That means you're only gonna need 6 seconds to build those charges. Of course, ideally it would be 3 seconds to build all the charges, so 1 second per charge. And then you just spend 3 seconds shooting with rapid fire, then unleash. 3 seconds with rapid fire, then unleash. 9 seconds seems a little bit too much. Even 6 seconds is reasonable. And it doesn't seem like it will be overpowered if they make it 6 seconds. So I'm probably gonna suggest this when I remember to write a note feedback about this skill, about this item. It's gonna make at least the rapid fire shotgun build a little bit more viable compared to the OP mages and the OP sharpshooter builds and the slammer build on the Realm Master. And by the way, if you include the 50% damage to burning enemies, and if you include Sonic Pulse into the mix, it's pretty strong. But I think that 2.4 thousand damage I was doing was with Sonic Pulse in the mix already. But I didn't have that extra damage to burning enemies earlier, so I still don't have it, but yeah. And I think that's gonna be it. 20 minutes past midnight here where I am. So I'm gonna end it for tonight. But thanks everyone for joining, for watching my stream on all platforms that I'm streaming to. Keep it cool, folks. There's gonna be probably more tomorrow, maybe a build video as well. Until next time, and goodbye.